This episode is sponsored by Zenro Clothing Co. Pick up your tees and or accessories at zenroclothingco.com and be sure to use offer code SOCRATES at checkout for 20% off select items. Also, if you're not into spending the money, just check out the Zenro radio playlist. zenroclothingco.com, music for your everyday. This episode also sponsored by The Portian Bakery. If you're located in the Portian area of Scarborough, Toronto, be sure to check out The Portian Bakery, say what's up to Arville, and pick up a donut or two. Baked daily, crafted with love. This episode also sponsored by Podbean. Podbean is the podcasting platform of choice. It's the one that me and Vish use, and is great, you know, if you're looking to start that DIY podcast yourself. Definitely check out Podbean. Use the link podbean.com/SocraticGamers and gain 1 month of unlimited podcasting for free. Test it out, build that content. Anyone could podcast, right, Vish?
Yep.
Start a podcast and get your ideas out there. All right, enjoy the episode. You know what I've been obsessively watching recently? Just take one wild guess.
I have no idea what's on. I don't know.
One wild guess. Anything. What do you think I've been watching recently?
I just assume anime. I don't know.
Damn. All right. Never mind. I thought you would get it. F1.
Oh, the movie.
Watching.
Oh.
Yeah. I've been obsessively watching Brad Pitt's F1, and there's something like weird about the racing environment that I'm like noticing. It's like the world is so crazy, but like what you do on that track, what you do on that day, is like that's it. You know what I mean? Like watching his character arc of like, this is all we care about, just win this race. It's like life becomes so simple. And then when you look at his character design, where it's like, because I missed the beginning of the movie, but then like when you watch it in theaters, and then when you watch it again, it's like, oh, he's just like a vagabond going from like race to race, chasing like Stoke. You know what I mean? Like living simple and like all that stuff. And it's just like that guy's not leaving. Like that guy's not like having children and like living this regular 9 to 5. He's like leaving a legacy by stoking his own flame. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
And like there's something so appealing about that. I don't know what it is, but it's like with how crazy the world is, it's like, do people really just live this simple existence? Maybe that's the path. It's like maybe just like live not this fictitious reality that everyone prescribes to you, and you just like stoke your own path. Does that sound crazy?
No, I don't think it sounds crazy. No, I think each individual has something that they get from it, right? So if those are the things that appeals to you as an individual, right?
No, I'm talking about the lifestyle. I'm talking about like
yeah, I don't think it's necessarily for everybody, right?
Yeah, but like what is this thing that we are all doing? Like what is this thing that we're all doing? You know, when I see like unconventional paths, I'm like, oh, you like broke away from the system, or like you did something different, or like obviously they're still part of the system, right? It's commercialization, F1, you make money off the cars, the people that work on F1 races, like they have jobs, they have their own 9 to 5. But what I'm trying to say is like juxtaposed to we're watching The Office as well, right? And The Office is so funny, but I didn't realize it was so funny. Have you seen The Office?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. So I didn't know it was this funny, but until you work in an office, or I've worked virtually now, but like having worked in an office, I'm like, oh my God, this is real. Like everything that they're doing, all the tropes that they're doing are like, oh, these are real things. And it's like you see that kind of living, and then you juxtapose that to like Brad Pitt's character, and you're just like, there's so many varied ways of doing this game, and it's like, why succumb to The Office? Like I was watching The Office, and I was just like, oh, it's giving me PTSD, even though it was so funny.
Yeah. Oh,
PTSD, but it's just like it's so like
you're like
froze.
Yeah.
Okay. We're both back. Are you back?
Yeah, I think. Well, you're back. Yeah.
All right, cool. Voice didn't leave though, right? Just like visuals.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, cool. All right, so having like watching The Office, I'm kind of like getting, all right, I won't call it PTSD, like triggered. I don't know, like just like there's something there that I'm like,
Sure.
ugh, ugh. You know, I always hated school, and then going to the office felt like school again.
Hmm.
You know, and it's just like, why do we got to do that?
Right.
No, but like why? I don't understand. Or like maybe it's just too difficult to like do it any other way. So you prescribe to this path that's like laid out before you. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe nobody really cares. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's a system. It doesn't mean there's only one way to do things, but this is how majority of the world works, right? If
Okay.
you
Yeah.
if you want to do something different, then you have to find your own path to do that something different and see if it works within that this world, I guess.
Yeah, true. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And it's like, I agree with you because like there is the duality as well because you
Hmm.
know I have a full time job so I get like benefits and like dedicated salaries. I'm like okay I know what to expect, right? So there's like pros and cons to both of it, but it's just like how I was saying with the F1, they still have jobs. You know, like you're still fixing the car, you're still building the car. They have salaries, right? They have benefits, but like their job isn't like regular. You know, I think that as we grow older, well, some of us, I guess, like see the life waste. I don't know what it is. It's not life wasting, but it's like can you find a similar can you find what you want to do for most of the day and get paid to do it? I think that's
Hmm.
the question everyone asks themselves. You know what I mean? And it's just
Sure.
like,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, can I tolerate this?
Hmm.
You know?
Hmm.
And then like having so much flexibility now, like in my own position and stuff. But it's like I've been like hammering away with like different paths for so long, you know, and then this one's like, oh, this is the best one that I can like find, you know, like virtual, like
Yeah. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
work from home. That just came from, although I was working work from home prior to COVID, but COVID just ramped it up, which is great. Thank you, COVID. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like why not make that a priority? Like if you're gonna live like let's say 60 more years,
Hmm.
right? Or like let's say you're 20 now and you're like okay I'm gonna work for 40 years. Why would you like bro why would you spend 40 years bored,
Sure. Yeah, yeah, I understand that. Yeah. 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 Hmm.
you know? But like why do we do it? I don't understand.
Well, I think that, so even like if you think about F1, you have to have, let's say, it's not just certain skills, but you have to work hard to get into those kinds of positions. Are you willing to do those
Right.
things? That's the
Right.
question it comes down to. Yeah.
Right. Dude, I literally posted this thing, like Young Yoda quote, which is like, don't let difficulty be something. Like don't let difficulty be an excuse.
Hmm.
And it's like if you really want to do that thing, of course it's gonna be hard to get there. Of course it's gonna be like there's gonna be struggle, you know? And it's just like it will pay off, you know?
Right. Yeah, yeah. But that's the thing, is you have to work hard to get there. It's not like it happens right away. All right. It's going to take years to do that, but that's your dedication and focus on that. But do people have that? That's how. That's why there's not many positions, right, in that world. So you have to be that good to get into them.
Okay, fair, fair, fair. But like why not find something adjacent? You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
I
Yeah.
have always loved art and it's just like but then you're like, how do you make money off of art? Can't really do it, you know? I'm like a starving artist. That's like a real thing, you
Hmm.
know? And then if you go into marketing though, that's just all art. You just don't know it's art, you
Hmm.
know? And then there's obviously like standard marketing things that I can do, which is like create strategies, analyze numbers, stuff like that. But I'm saying like 90% of my day is just creating art. It's just like, hey, can you make this like presentation? Can you make like this like poster? Can you make you know what I mean? Can you like update the website? I'm like, yeah, for sure. You know? And it's like those are all art things, but like within the system.
Hmm.
You know? I don't know. I'm trying to crack this code. You know, I was actually having a long conversation with ChatGPT about this last night because I
Okay.
was like, I was just explaining things, and then it was like giving me great answers. So the cool thing about ChatGPT is like it doesn't really it'll give you answers, but it'll refine your understanding. So like I'm like saying something, and he's like, "What you're trying to say is this." I'm like, "That's exactly it. Thank you." You know, which is like what it really came down to was most people don't live awake, and
Right.
what you're doing is a rare thing. Like me saying this is like, yeah, but most people don't live awake.
Mm-hmm.
That's what ChatGPT said to me. It's like, and I was just like, yeah, but I don't want children. Like, is that like weird? Because like, or is that like character fitting? And he was like, no, it sounds like from what you've told me, you're just being very intentional about your life. And you're like, no, the intention is like you don't want to do some, you don't want to take on something that you can't take on
Mm-hmm.
because that's a choice you can't take back. And I was like, exactly, like you know what I mean? But it's like this level of living awake is is difficult to do. And it's just like most people don't do it. Even ChatGPT said you don't do it. And it's like, but it's not hard. It's just like asking yourself, like, do I really want to do this? Why am I doing this? I don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
And it's just like, why?
I don't know. Maybe ChatGPT's got that answer.
He did have an answer. He did have an answer. You know what
Mm-hmm.
he said?
What do you
Deferred
say?
responsibility. It's what we've been talking about.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because it's like you will follow this mold and then you will wait for your offspring to solve the problem for you. And he's like, what you're doing in your choice, because I was like, I want to solve the problem, you know? And then he's like, that's kinder. Because like you're not pushing your, like I was never a basketball star, so you're going to be a basketball star. I was never rich, so you're going to be rich. And it's like, but can that person live up to the expectation that you couldn't even live up to?
Mm-hmm.
Question mark. You know what I mean? You're like, damn, bro. And ChatGPT was like, it's kinder what you're doing because you're like taking on the burden rather than being like, okay, offspring, that's on you now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right. Sure. Yeah, yeah.
What do you think about that? Because I feel like that's what it is, just deferred responsibility. Hey, man, you love doing that thing, go do it. Like, how can you honestly tell some other person
Mm-hmm.
to do something that you haven't even tried to do? You're like, follow your dreams. That's empty because you didn't do it.
Right.
You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like you can't tell me that. It's just a platitude, you
Right.
know? And like ChatGPT was like, you live through you share through experience. So it's like you try it and you're like, oh, I wasn't good, don't do that. I was like, yeah, exactly. Why don't we all do this?
Mm-hmm.
Question mark. Why don't we all do this? I'm just like struggling with that recently as we head into 2026 because I feel like everything has recently like worked out. Like all of I won't get into the personal specifics of it, but like everything that this like struggle. Oh, made it. Cool. We're good now. And then
Mm-hmm.
like going forward, it's like we're good.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's like you listen to bands and they were like living in apartments or not even apartments, they were living in like shacks with like seven other people and just like trying to make music and then finally it hit like Skrillex, oh finally, Blink-182, finally. You
Mm-hmm.
know? And it's like, dude, it's doable. You just gotta put in the work. It's equivalent exchange, Like you gotta
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. What do you think? What do you think? Totally just making that like I don't know. You see validity in that or maybe it's like maybe that's just like few and far between. Maybe not everyone could I don't know. There's something there that I'm just like trying to push, like, hey bro.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's wrong. Um, because there's multiple ways of living. It just depends on what you choose to do. Are you
Okay, yeah.
choosing your life, right?
Right. All right, right. The only thing is, I don't want to confuse this with complacency because you're like, there's multiple ways of doing it, and it's just like there are, but like at the end of the day, will you look back and be like, damn,
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, those are the lessons that were like all the things that I watched as a kid. Those are the lessons, right? Like, um, are you gonna look back and regret, or you don't have to look back and regret, right? That kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah, right? You don't want to be on your deathbed and be like imagine if you died and they're like, game's over, and we all take our VR headsets off, and you're like, oh, you guys messed up, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that would suck. Or like you're in your life review and you're like, damn, I should have done that. Damn, I should have done that better. Damn, I should have done that better.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, that's true. But also depends on your perspective of the world too. If you think that there's a heaven, this
No,
is
no, no,
just
but not even heaven. I'm just talking about death.
yeah,
Oh,
no,
I see what you're saying. Deferred responsibility again.
yeah.
Because you're just like, oh, it'll work out in the
This was
afterlife.
a
It'll work out
lesson
when
or
you're.
whatever it was. Blah blah
Come
blah.
on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
If
You only
ninety
have this
percent of
life.
the world is yeah, but 90% of the world is religious, right? And I mean various of degrees of
So you say
what they
religion's the
believe.
problem.
I think so. Yeah,
Religion's the.
it
Oh,
can be a
damn!
problem.
You just said it.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You said I didn't say it, but I'm agreeing with
Okay.
you. You said it. I didn't say it, but I agree. I
Mm.
agree. Because like, no, for real though, if you defer responsibility, that's what it is. Deferred responsibility. I think that's why the Buddha is so great. He was like, hey man, there's only this life. Who cares
Mhm.
about reincarnation? Like, who cares? Because
Mhm.
at the end of the day, I don't even know if that's real, bro. I don't know. All I know is this moment's real.
Right. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's so in your face,
Mhm.
but it's just like you just don't want to take it because of deferred responsibility. That's what it
Yeah.
is. You're just
Yeah.
afraid, and it's like there's something in me that's just like, well, ChatGPT said this too, though, to me. He was refining my ideas, and it's just like wonder, like creativity, wonder, and passion are three integrity. All these things are like things that are real, but like they fuel me. So when I see like things out of alignment with that, to me that's like death. It's like you might as well just have died, bro. We're back. And I don't know where we lost connection there. I think the universe is like, stop giving away secrets, bro. It was like cut us off. But what I'm trying to say is like I'm the last thing I remember saying to you was like when you live out of alignment with like passion, creativity, integrity, all these things, it's like, what is the point of playing the game
Mhm.
if it's just going to be same old same? Well, we all know that how that story ends for everyone else. No, no, actually, no. We know how the story ends for everyone. You're going to die. You know,
Mhm. Right.
and it's just like, but how do you want to live?
Mhm. Yeah.
But like most people don't. It's almost like most people are so terrified of that question that instead of asking that question, they just live habitually and be like, "Hey, man, they did it, so it must work." They did it, so you know what I mean? Like, oh, this is the prescribed path. All right, cool. And then you just wake up one day and you're like, "What did I even do?" I feel like that's gonna be like the midlife crisis for like a lot of people if you just don't wake up. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? You're gonna be at this point where you're just like, "Bro, what did I choose?" Like whether it's like I don't know, 50, or maybe you'll have like cognitive dissonance. You're like, well, or you'll just be those crabby old people. It's like, oh, life sucks and da 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 da. You know what I mean? And you're just like, why are you mad, bro? And
Right.
you're like,
Right.
I'm
Right.
mad because life was so rude to me. And you're like, what are you saying? Life
Mm.
wasn't rude to you. You made bad choices. You know?
Right.
I think I would just hate to be like a crabby old person. Or maybe this is crabby right now, but I'm like not crab. I'm not like you know what I mean. I'm not like mad at people. It's just like, bro, I don't understand. Like, why are you making that decision?
Mhm. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
All right, we're back again. Seems like this last episode of the year is being like, it's like you gotta stop, stop now. You know what? We're gonna stop harping on the choices of people because, like, apparently the universe doesn't want you to know that you have free will and awareness. And isn't that crazy? This past year, like, we really changed our perspective on free will. Like, what are some of the things that? Let's do like a year in review. What are some of the things that you didn't think that you would have realized in 2025 that you realize now?
Mm. I
All
can't
right, while you
remember.
think.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, yeah, I'm gonna say UFOs for you because you were like at the beginning of the year you're very like no, and then now you're like, oh, all the research is pointing in this direction. It seems to be adding up towards UFOs are in some part real. Would you agree?
Yeah. Unidentified flying objects. I agree with that.
Yeah, or UAPs, identified aerial phenomenon.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a big one. Um, I'd say free will is like a huge one that bam, and we're back. So we had like two internet issues. I don't even know what happened, but you know what? That's the universe being like, get off this topic because nobody wants to know about free will and all that stuff. So we were talking about things that we learned in 2025. It's been like a year in review, and one thing that we were saying is like UAPs for you was new. Would you say that you believe in NHI, non-human intelligence, now in 2025?
Like on Earth or outside of Earth?
Just like in relation to UAPs, there's some connection to NHI and UAPs.
I don't know. No.
Like, no? Wow. So you think this is? So you think the UAPs are all human-made technology?
Yeah, it's all humans.
Interesting. Ooh, what's your theory? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me your theory. Like,
Uh,
what do you think this is? So you believe UAP are real, and there's like technology out there that's like not conventional.
sure. Yeah.
Okay, but what do you think that is though?
Uh, Secret technology.
Wow, really, eh?
Yeah.
So you think that by humans?
Yeah, yeah, by humans.
All right, cool. So there's this Sal Baez. He's like a very famous UAP person, and he has all these patents for the Navy. And I guess yours would be the most aligned with that one, which
Mm.
is a breakaway civilization. At some point, some group of people figured out this like um, 0 point energy technology, and they made it go black budget, and then they started to like develop these projects outside of the commercially accepted scope of technology. Okay. And then now all these UAPs are just like visitations from them. They theorize that they're under the water, stuff like that. Um, okay, so there's that theory. I think that there's something related to because everyone says NHI, right? Like this is in the nomenclature. They're like it's non-human intelligence, right? But this is my theory, and it's like because it's not my theory, but it's like the theory I ascribe to. Because they said NHI, I'm wondering if there's a breakaway version of humans. So they're very specific, non-human intelligence, and human is like Homo sapien. So like, what if Homo erectus or like some version of like humanity broke away from us and advanced much faster than we did? Or the Atlanteans, like they were um, highly technological species that ruled over Earth. They were seafaring, and then now they have bases under the water, and
Hmm.
then they're just like checking up on us. Maybe it's like that. Like I think there's an NHI component to it. I don't know if it's extraterrestrial because a lot of people are saying it's not extraterrestrial. They're like it's interdimensional. You're like, what the hell does that mean, bro? But like,
Like time
I
machine
mean, like,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah, time machine stuff. But I'm like, I don't know. Like, you gotta prove that to me, bro. But like, or make it make sense, you know? But
Sure.
like, for me, logically speaking, it seems like the easiest thing to understand would be like a different version of like humans, like Homo erectus or whatever, um, like broke away from civilization and they created a different society. You know,
Hmm.
I guess the only difference there would be like between our two theories is like, is it a breakaway genetic civilization or is it like a breakaway technological civilization?
So I don't know. I'd have questions like, well, why did they? I can understand break away what it means, but then why hide away from the world for so long?
Oh, because they're so technologically advanced and less superior to human beings in terms of physicality. So there's like the Nazca mummies and like the
Yeah,
Peru
but I don't know
mummies or
what that.
whatever.
No, but
Yeah,
like, I understand it if you're saying less, um, like we're stronger than them. Is that what you're saying?
yeah. Like physically stronger.
But then if they have a better technology than us, then technically they're stronger than us.
But we are warring, so they're not warring. That's
Yeah, but
what is just taken over.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, when did if a separation happened or whatever they left? When did that happen? And were humans even like a million humans then at that time, or was it like how many humans were there?
Oh, probably like not that many because did you see
So then
the
okay. So if you're
yeah.
saying that there wasn't too many, they would easily be able to control humans at that time if they
That's
had the
what I'm saying.
technology.
exactly. So it's like it's not that they're like I think genetically in our DNA. Here's what I really think now that I'm like especially when I read like the um E- Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel, right? And they talked about these these like destroyers kind of thing that would like go around like they're very violent, right? And I think that's us. Like I think that when they talk about um like a giant civilization, I think that's human beings. Because if you look at these like Nazca mummies and these like Peruvian mummies, and they're finding like all of these like tridactyl, like three fingered alien looking things. And then people in the region are like, no, no, those are like people who live underground. They're not aliens, you know? And it's like, could those beings be the ones that were like the advanced ones and we just took over because of our like warring nature? Because they're very tiny. So like if you see a 6 foot dude, of course they're gonna be a giant to you. And they would just slaughter you. Like think about the Vikings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I
Like I
understand
think we're the
that.
bad guys in the story. When you read the book of Ezekiel, you're like, these
Hmm.
giants came down and mated, and like they like brought war upon the earth, stuff like that, and like Azazel taught us how to use weapons.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, that's weird. That's weird. Like, is it us? You know,
Okay.
like maybe that's the big secret. Like that they're like, oh, if we disclose it, it's like we were the evil ones the whole time.
Hmm.
Because if you just look at our nature, like, bro, why are we so violent? It makes no sense.
Well, I mean, what do you mean it doesn't make sense?
Okay,
Are
so
there creatures that don't are not violent to each other,
yeah, all animals.
or what?
No, no. There's a difference between combat and violence. So like, all animals, well,
Hmm.
except for chimps. I think chimp is
That's
the
what I was
only
gonna
one.
say. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
Well, I
think
don't know
like
about
we
they're
have
the
a
only ones. I'm not sure if they're the only ones, but
but so the
they're the
difference,
chimps are the closest to us, right? We have a mix of
right?
both bonobo type of view of the world, as well as we can be very much like chimps. We're
Right,
territorial,
right.
yeah, and
And
gangs,
what they
yeah.
said is yeah. So I saw well, heard this thing on this podcast about like how chimps will have gangs and they'll like go obliterate other
Hmm.
like camps,
Yeah,
you know? And like, what if we were genetically modified? Because they talk about like the missing link, you know, genetic DNA, whatever. We couldn't have possibly advanced so quickly and broke away from everything else on Earth, whatever, whatever. And why are we so similar to chimps? Like, what if they just took, uh, like, what if these like breakaway civilizations like genetically modified us and we just got out of control?
hmm,
I could see that because what animal aside from chimps, viciously goes like a shark isn't going to like go obliterate or create a genocide of all other sharks.
sure, okay,
Like what I mean is like we will go to the ends of the earth to destroy another thing. We will create such an in-group out-group that we're trying to like we just in 2025 started no 2025 went downhill. Prior to 2025 we were starting to like coalesce, work together and inclusivity whatever, and then 2025 was like the year of like I hate everything. You know, like everyone's wrong, you know?
sure.
Like you saw the JD Vance like you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. Just like, bro, that's crazy. Not that you should apologize for being white. I'm just saying like you said the quiet part out loud, bro. You shouldn't have said that as a white person to everyone. It looks very racist. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So like, do you see the Indian woman who asked him that question? Like, your wife is Hindu, so how do you reconcile
Yeah,
your
it's
relationship
an
with
old
your
video.
kids?
Yeah.
I was like, Jace, bro, Jace.
Well,
That's
because
true though.
she was Christian, right? So like, the point was that he's not pure Christian anymore.
Right. But
Yeah.
like, why is this resurgence of like why is it that all of a sudden this hate buildup is like occurring?
Hmm.
It's like there's no other way to put it except for hate. You have ice, that's hate, bro. Like I don't understand. They're like, oh, we're kicking out the illegals. Sure, but like it seems very hate oriented.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, show me your papers. You look immigrant. You look like an immigrant. Like, bro, what are you saying? You know?
Yeah.
It's so like looking at all that is just it's just like that is in our DNA, and it's like the moment we try to work together and like create peace, it's like that just came out of nowhere, and it's just trying to like stir the pot and like get it back to like white supremacy.
Hmm.
It's white supremacy without calling it white supremacy. Literally, though, I mean, like, there's no other way around it, bro.
Hmm.
You just have a
Hmm.
bunch of white people saying like, "We are superior." Just like, what are you saying?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
right.
So like going back to it is like, are we? What if it turned out we were the bad guys? You know, like, oh yeah, we genetically modified you, got it a little crazy, everyone.
But
We'll
who's
rein you
who's
all back
we
in.
genetically modified you? Who's we?
The NHI, the non-human intelligence. So like Homo
So
sapiens
they
sapien is
so
yeah,
they made the mistake then,
yeah, yeah, like
right?
Prometheus. Like, oh damn, I gave them fire. Crap.
So it's not really our fault. It's their fault.
Yeah, yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say that, yeah.
Hmm.
But like that is one of the theories though. If you look at the Anunnaki story, that's what happened.
Hmm.
Like if you look into all the stories of like um, Prometheus, the devil, um, who's there's like other ones. I forgot their names, but they're all really associated with the same thing. Like Prometheus is also the devil, the snake in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah, yeah,
You
right.
know,
Yeah,
and it's like
equivalent.
they just
Yeah,
wanted to. Yeah, it's
yeah.
the equivalent. It's just a tale passed down, and it's like Enki. I think it's Enki from the Anunnaki story of Sumerians. So like those people gave us fire, like knowledge, and we just took it too far. And the gods were like, you shouldn't have given them fire.
Hmm.
You know, and it's like could be.
Should be.
Or the other one that I'm hearing from the lawyer that's actually in charge of this whole thing is he was saying that they're like gardeners, and like they're once you become like a conscious civilization, like if we worked in unity with one another, we would become gardeners too because we go around the universe like being like, hey, you guys good? Like, let me help evolve you. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And like it could be that too. How much do you place on that one? Zero. That's a nice fantasy story, or
No, those are good stories. There's other ways. Like it could be like our own um, view of ourselves when they wrote that whole the fire or the Prometheus story, right? It's more like, well, why are we? It's like looking back on ourselves, inner self kind of things. Like, why are we fighting? Why are we doing this thing? Could have led because of the fire. Like them giving us the fire is what caused it.
it's like an analogy.
It's like an analogy, or like just like we're trying to figure out ourselves, even at that time. Like, why are we warring with each other? Because there's probably people that were just intellectuals, just thinkers, not fighters, right? And like trying to view
True.
society, and then like probably the cause was fire, right? Something like that.
Do you think it's all allegorical though? Like,
It's hard to tell.
you know what I
It's
mean?
hard
Like,
to know that because it's so far away.
but wouldn't it be crazy if like it's not allegorical?
Sure, yeah, yeah.
Like
But I
it
think
went from like literal
hmm
to allegorical back to literal.
right.
Like it was like, no, this is what happened, and then we're like, oh, that's an allegory, bro. There's no way that's real. And then now we're at a point where like, that could be real.
Hmm.
Could be real.
Yeah.
Because we have it now, like the genetic modification. If you're like, oh, genetic modification is not real, bro. We do it. We have CRISPR.
Hmm.
Like, what are you saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we have the ability that we thought we couldn't have.
Hmm. Like
Billy
I
Carson
was,
didn't.
I
Yeah.
was just thinking about just sorry, I was stuck on the fire thing, and I just thought about
Mhm.
the Oppenheimer one. That's exactly what he thought when he
I
made the
become
atom
God,
bomb.
destroyer of worlds.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's the exact same thing.
No, no, yeah, for sure.
Like
And
after the nuclear age, it changed again.
yeah, yep. Billy Carson talked about that. He was saying that we are back at the place that we once were. So
Hmm.
us creating like nuclear bombs and technology,
Yeah, yeah.
we're finally we're finally at a point where we can like be well, like we were at this point, global cataclysm, and we're back at this point. You know what's really crazy that I heard that the pole shift. So
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a very natural occurrence,
Mhm.
and like that could be associated with like mass flooding, the destruction of society, all that stuff. And it's just a natural occurrence that happens on Earth where like the poles just shift.
Hmm.
So like, and what if we're entering into that as well? That could be crazy.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a lot of doomsday stuff out there, and it's like you can't live your life through like doomsday prophecies, especially we lived
But it
through like
seems like it's,
Y2K,
yeah,
2012.
I was about to say, yeah, we've been doing it
Yeah.
for a while.
And if there are like advanced species on this Earth, I don't think they would just let us have a pole shift and be like, everything's to be wiped out. No, I don't think so, bro. Like
But I
we
don't even
just
know
need
if
to
we
see
know
it.
what, I don't even know if we know what happens if the pole shifts. Like, exactly.
Theoretically, it's like strong storms, stuff like that. And it's like I've heard that it only lasts for like 7 days.
The pole
So
shift?
yeah, yeah, and it's like a global cataclysm during that time. There's like lightning storms, earthquakes, stuff like that. Last 7 days, and then we come out of it,
Oh, I
which
don't
is
know
like
if I
an
necessarily believe
account.
that.
Yeah, I don't know. No, totally.
I
I
would
agree.
think a
I'm just
pole
saying it's
shift
like
would be longer than that. But I mean, I could be wrong.
I would think it's like a long. I'd say it's like
Just,
I would think it was like a arc. You know, it's like it takes like
yeah.
1,500 years. Like, you know, it's like it's just a slow, gradual thing. I don't think it just like switch.
No, I don't think so. I think you'd see the shift happening. Yeah.
But maybe that's what we're seeing now. All these like storms. You
Hmm.
know, it's like this was the thing. Well, I wonder. You know, how they have like in our ancient past, like 1,200 years ago, you could see like the ice age begin and it was related to a comet and stuff like that.
1,200 years. I
Or
mean,
like
reversal of ice age.
no, yeah, yeah. So like, they have like the sediments, and they're like, there was like an ice age, a comet hit, and they could see it in the sediment because of like this whole layer is, I don't know, glass or something, and then above that layer it's not. So they're like, okay, something hit it, and like burned the earth, you know. So it's like, I wonder if we'll hit that again, you know.
Yeah, I mean, asteroid impacts are not common.
Yeah, they're not
Not
uncommon, you
uncommon.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do happen. So it's like we just need one big one. But I don't know. I feel like if you have reverse engineered aerial like you like ARVs,
Hmm.
like you should be able to fix that, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. If they have that, maybe that technology is for that. We don't know.
but I don't know if the thing is, it's like if you have ARVs, is our problem just solved and we're living in this like frozen state of society because they want to keep it under control? Because I was listening to this podcast about like the TR3B,
Hmm.
and basically the Area 52 guy, the guy in Montreal, he has a compilation video of people talking about the TR3B sightings. You know, and it's like, okay, so this thing's real. They're all describing the same thing. They're all not connected. They don't even have like UFO experience. He has like a hotline that people call, and like if you have a UFO experience, you can call this. I'll put it on the show, and so people have been calling, and they're all describing the TR3B identically, but they don't know about the TR3B. They're not like UFO people. They're like, I just saw this thing in the sky. I don't know what it is, you know?
But how can you say they don't know
And
about
it's like,
TR3B or they don't know about UFOs? How can you say that? If there's a phone number,
because,
how do you find the phone number?
uh, no, so it's like this. It's like this. All the calls will be like in 2014, I saw this thing, because now it's starting up. Like he just started this podcast like I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, something like that. But all these sightings were like back in '93, I saw this. Back in 2000, I saw this. It's like not
Oh,
now.
no, because I thought it was now. Okay. No,
No,
the
no,
way
no,
it
no, no,
sounded
no,
like
no.
it's
Oh, no,
all,
it's
they saw it now.
oh no, 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 yeah, 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 no, no, no. So like, of course, now it's so popular. Like, of course, you know what it is. But like, all these people will like call in. They'll call in now and be like, I saw this thing that looked like this back in 2014. You know, and like everyone's description is identical. So you're like, okay, if hundreds of people saw the exact same thing, there must be something to this. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Right.
And then, so like that being said, if you have this technology, it's like, are we just frozen in time? Because as I was listening to that podcast, I'm like, why am I driving?
Hmm.
Like, why is there snow? Why do I have four wheels? Why did this not change since like the Industrial Revolution?
Right. Yeah.
No, but really though,
Hmm.
like, why did this not change? Why is there nothing except for in Asia? Like in Asia, you see it and they're like, they have like solar, like the roads are like battery, how like it'll charge your car as you're driving on it. People in Japan, they're like walking, and the walking creates like some energy that they can tap into, like mechanical energy.
Yeah, they were
Isn't
trying
even
that
fake. It's
in
just
no, they were only trying that in a small area to see what how it works.
yeah,
Does it work?
but
Yeah.
still, it's like, bro, we don't do anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We're
You know what
not
I'm saying?
spending
Like,
money on
we're
that.
not innovative.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, bro. And it's just like, why are we frozen? You know?
Yeah.
This is so interesting. Like, yeah, like if you travel to Asia and you see it, you're just like, we're lagging behind in the West. It's so evident,
Hmm.
you know. Like if you actually go and you see it, you're like, we are lagging behind the West. And then everyone's like, oh, you're just like impressed by LCD screens. And you're like, not just that, bro. Like I took the subway, like literally, because I was like, the snow was really bad, and then I was like, I want to pick up this game for Boxing Day, and then I took the subway, and I'm like, why is the subway not changed since like friggin' I was a little kid? I remember it being the exact same.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Right.
know, the difference now is a one long car. You know, that's okay. That's a slight difference, and then like, okay, there's a glowing map. It's like okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
but it's not like you didn't even put like in Hong Kong they have like doorways so that people can't jump in front of the train. Like it's behind glass.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Why don't you have that, bro?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like this all make me feel like we're controlled here in the West. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think so. I think it's just
You don't
people
think we're
don't.
controlled?
I think it's people don't want it.
Bish. All right. I'm gonna ask you. Do
I'm
you
not.
think that we should probably put? You know what I mean? Like people don't want it. I'm like, I'm pretty sure people want it.
No, 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 no.
Like
That's
people
not
want
what.
the
That's not
clean.
what I mean. That's not what I mean. When I say people don't want it, is like when they say like, oh, they're spending billions of dollars to
Okay.
do these things. Like they're gonna be a reaction. Like people react. It's not. It's not done in time. Like especially the LRT. Like how much of the reaction they worked on it for so long to get it done. Right, but then it's like it's not efficient. It's or other issues like this is too much
But
money.
is that? But is that because of other things though? I'm saying like, is that because of like our warring nature? It's not just warring, but it's like I want to dominate over another thing. Why don't we just work collectively? It makes no sense.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, that's why like I'm excited if they do the train that I can go to Montreal, like the fast bullet train kind of thing from Toronto to
Yeah,
Montreal.
exactly.
Yeah,
Why? But are we working on that right now?
yeah,
Why isn't it started? Why didn't we think about that before?
yeah, exactly.
Like if you look at Asia, it's like it's just on the rise, on the rise, on the rise. Like, my dad's like obsessed with the Philippines. You know, he's that place in Boracay, and like, he's telling me that they're building a bridge.
Hmm.
There's all this innovation all the time on that one island.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, because it's a popular tourist destination. So it's like okay, let's make it amazing.
Hmm.
It's like why don't we just make our world amazing?
Yeah.
You know, there's there's this story. Jay Anderson, he was just on Joe Rogan podcast. We won't talk about if it's real or not, but basically, the scientist went into Lockheed Martin and he saw three UFOs, and he's like, "Oh, these are instantaneous nuclear payload delivery systems." Right?
Hmm.
And it's like, why did your mind jump to a weapon? Why didn't you think about this is instantaneous travel? This is spacefaring global good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why did you jump to war?
Hmm. Right.
Like, what if, like, what would our world be like if we didn't focus on destruction and we focused on creation?
Yeah.
Like, it could be insane,
Hmm.
like insane in a good way, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And it's like, let the best idea win. But because we don't operate that way, that's what's making me think we are the bad guys. Like if you
Hmm.
look at biblical stories and like all this like stuff about the Nephilim and like oh they just took over the earth, I'm like I feel like that was our race that did that. We banded together with the evil freaking angels. Like remember I was saying Book of Ezekiel, Azazel taught us how to use weapons. It's like oh that doesn't sound very positive, you know?
Hmm. Hmm.
You know what I mean? But it's like maybe this goes back to the thing in the very beginning, which is like, why is everybody pre-programmed to follow the constrained thing and they don't want to live awake?
Right.
You know, it's like, oh, let me just get this like job that I hate because I gotta do it, and everyone does it, and everyone hates their job. So I gotta be like everyone. I gotta hate my job. Okay, I got these things, and like I can't tell you how many times I go to jiu-jitsu and people have like children, and they're like, oh, I hate my kids. I'm like, oh God, bro, like what? They're like, yeah, I'm at jiu-jitsu escaping my family. I'm just like, what are you saying right now, bro?
Right.
Like I couldn't even imagine your whole life, you know? And it's like that's asleep at the wheel. And it's like, why don't you just live awake? Why don't you just make cognitive choices? But it's like maybe that's our programming.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then why do we have this like potential to become awake?
Yeah. It's
Like
all.
who
It's
is
all.
asking?
Right.
Like
Go ahead. Go
who's
ahead.
asking about who's asking about creativity and destruction? Like if your first inclination is that's a nuclear payload instantaneous delivery system, you're like, why'd you think that way?
Right.
Oh, what? I'm seeing we get to travel around the earth instantaneously, make things amazing, green
Yeah. Yeah.
places
Yeah.
everywhere,
Yeah.
protect the biofilm. Like, bro,
Yeah.
what are you saying? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, why? Unless we're the bad guys.
Sure.
No, but like, really though, like, can you explain that? You're like, oh, maybe there's like defense stuff.
No, I
We're
don't
so
know. I don't know
preoccupied
about
with
that
war.
person. Yeah, I don't know about that person or all that. That's why I like scientist stuff because that's exploring new things.
Scientists.
Yeah, that's what I
That's what I'm
like.
saying. Yes, that's what I
Yeah.
like too.
Yeah.
And it's like because they're just, but then it's the commercialization of it. It's like, oh, we can make more money if we just like don't
Those are other
do this thing.
fields. Yeah, yeah, but that's why I like again back to those the guys, the first principle guys. Like they're breaking down all
Yeah,
this new science discoveries. Like that is very interesting and exciting stuff. But of course, there's
yeah,
going to be the
it
other
is.
side. How there's going to be the other side of other people or other business people. Oh, how do we make money out of this? How do we make money out of that? Or right.
How do we make money out of this? Why?
But
Why is that
all, but
inclination?
again, like all new science and experiment and stuff like that comes at school, universities, right? But funding has to come in order to do those
Yeah.
kinds of research. Yeah.
But it's almost like we lost that. If you look at the pyramids and stuff, and like if you listen to like Peru and like ancient Egypt, it sound like one thing I heard with ancient Egypt is they were so focused on art and building things that they didn't have an army, and that's what was their downfall. Like another army came in, destroyed them, and that was the end of that civilization. Or like the Inca Empire, there was more food. There was double the food for every single person in that empire, and then the Spanish came and killed everyone. So it's like maybe it's maybe that's it. Maybe it's like some of us are. Maybe when we look at the Bible and you're like, oh, the Nephilim, and it's like the giants and whatever that destroyed Earth. It's like, yeah, those things are real and they're walking among us.
I think it comes down to what stories you believe, because if you think those are real, then you'd think like that. But again, it's like the Eastern and Western philosophies of the world. It's
Yeah,
just the stories are very different, right? What you grew up with and like how you view the world, it ends up coming down to that. If you want a
yeah,
better world, right? If you know, well, let's say this: if you want a better world, but there's no like this idea of heaven, right? That means you have to create heaven here,
yeah.
versus having a perspective of the world where there's a heaven afterwards. Then you
Yeah.
can do whatever you want here.
So
Whereas of
maybe it's like
destruction, it's a matter of
yeah.
perspective of or the story that's been told to you. Yeah.
So maybe it's like Christian ideals or what like conquer.
Yeah, I would say more. I don't want. It's not just Christian, right? A lot of the
Abrahamic
Abrahamic
religions.
ones. It could be other ones, but those are like probably like
The
tribal stuff, right?
Abrahamic is the only one that I heard where it's like God created Earth for you.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like Hinduism, Buddhism is all like you are a part of the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and like I think it's like even in Hinduism, it's like because we are conscious, we have to be stewards of the earth.
Okay. Right.
Like a dog can't be a steward, bro. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a dog.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
like we are able to like have foresight, so it's like um, we're able to like cognitively, choose a better path. Um, this has run on so long that my coffee has run through me. 1 second, we're gonna take a quick pause. I'll jump back into it. 1 second, please.
Sure.
All right, we're back. All right, so speaking of all the craziness and us potentially being evil, I was just thinking about this as I took my bathroom break. Um, it's like Charlemagne the God. He posted this thing, and he was saying that 2025 was the year of the snake, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to shed our skin in 2025, and then the 2026 is the year of the horse. So that's when you start running.
Okay.
You with me? All right. Zodiacs aside, that's a great analogy. Totally, totally. All I'm saying is that I feel like in 2025, when we're talking about revelations, I think the biggest revelation, because I change it now, it's not about like free will, like realizing we have free will. Well, maybe it is realizing we have free will. But I think my biggest revelation coming out of 2025 was like how corrupt society is.
Hmm.
Would you agree? Like Epstein files, UAP stuff, Kendrick Lamar versus Drake, P. Diddy, um, Charlie Kirk, white supremacy. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, what are we doing?
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, a lot of things came to light, or
Right.
but still a lot of things are hidden about the current
But,
president.
but,
But yeah.
but they've come to light
Hmm.
in 2025. And that's what he's saying. Like, you have to shed your skin like a snake. And I think that that's what it is. I think that I've been posting a lot about this. This episode is probably going to be called like 2026 and be an awesome year or something like that. But like, I think that's what it is. I think that the reason why I'm so stoked is 2025 was a tumultuous year.
Sure. Yeah, I can
We saw
only.
the great.
Right. Yeah,
What?
yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, you saw the worst of the worst kind of stuff, right? Maybe the next year's
And you're just like,
can it go that worse, or probably everything else is going to be
no,
positive.
no. I think we're gonna see a battle between good and evil in 2026 built by choices. I think
Hmm.
2025 was like, here's the playing field. This is what life is. Surprise.
Hmm.
And you're just like, bro, what? And then we have all the stuff. We have all the resources in front of us. They released the Epstein files, bro. There's no more question. Trump's in them.
Hmm.
There's some crazy stuff in there. You know, we won't get into it, but like,
It's
I don't know
crazy.
what of it's
I
real.
went to the
Yeah,
website. It
okay.
was pretty interesting. Well, I didn't go through all
Oh,
the
go
files,
ahead.
but I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Tell me.
as you can see all the like evidence photos and all these things, and like I saw the painting.
Really,
You can see the
bro.
painting
I
of Bill
love.
Clinton in a dress.
I love that you actually look into this stuff. This is why, like, we're two halves of a whole, bro. Like I'm like, yo, bro, this is crazy. And you're like, I actually went to the website. I would have never checked out the website. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I'm
But that's
sure
the
it's
thing. Like,
crazy.
but a lot of people say a lot of things. Like the one you sent me where you can the redaction thing, copy of the redact, like you can copy it, paste it, or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
that
I know.
was not that it's not real. It's I looked more into it, and then the specific thing is not even. It's not from redaction. That was from the Department of Justice. That was like a long time ago of a case between I think Dominican Republic and the guy Epstein, I think. So that one wasn't
Okay.
redacted properly, but that was like 2018 or 19, whenever that one was. But all the lists,
So it's
all the
already
files are
gone.
there. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like the newer
Okay.
stuff that's
So
all there, none of that has been able to be copied and pasted.
okay. So you saw the craziness, or you're like, oh yeah, this is real. This is crazy.
Hmm.
Okay. Did you see Trump in the files,
Uh,
or you just didn't look that far into it?
I didn't look that far into it, but like I know that there was an image which the department released and then removed and may have put back. I don't know if they put back, but that had an image of Trump within the drawers, like all these pictures, and it's
Yeah, yeah.
like Trump's photo was there in there. Yeah, but we don't know why they
Oh
removed
yes, I saw
it.
that on social media,
Yeah, yeah.
but they put it back.
I don't know if they put it back, but you could tell that it was removed because the numbering, each file number. Oh, there's a missing number here. Like, because everything goes through like 1, 2, 3.
Really?
Yeah, the file. Oh, 5 is missing, and then 6, 7, 8, whatever. Right. But they already put it out there, so people already copied
Okay.
it, right? Or downloaded it. I mean.
Yeah, true. Yeah, totally, totally. So, bro, it's undeniable. The elites are corrupt. The echelon of society, the upper echelon of society is corrupt. We are in a system. The Chinese president, leader,
Yeah, sure.
Chinese, yeah,
As
no, no,
leader, yeah.
leader, president.
I
What is he? All right. So
don't know.
he said the world can move forward without the USA,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, maybe it could. Maybe it could. Like, there's so much corruption that has come to light, and like even Canada severed its ties. I just saw that like the other day, and it's just like maybe this is it. Maybe this is like the battle of good and evils 2026, and that is built off of choices you make.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like, and I think that the reason why 2025 was so pivotal was because we made it a reality. So all of this stuff was just hearsay,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's like, oh yeah, MC Files, Trump, blah blah blah, blah. Oh yeah, P Diddy. I guess he's doing these things. Oh, UAPs, maybe, maybe, right? But I think everything boiled up in 2025 so much that it became mainstream, meaning everyone basically knows about it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how I know? Even with the Age of Disclosure documentary coming out, and it's like on a thing, it might win like Oscars, something like that. But you know how I know that it came to light?
Oh.
Christmas Day, we were hanging out with Tara's family, and her parents were asking me about UFOs. And I went, this is my favorite subject ever. And I was going deep. And they were like, oh. Like, and I was like nervous. I'm like, oh, dude. Like,
Sure,
even
sure.
Tara's sister was like, Tara's sister was like, how does he know so much? And Tara's like, oh, this is like favorite topic. Oh my God, he never shuts up about it. And I'm like, da-da-da-da. But to them, they're like, oh, this is making a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I saw this, and that's why Epstein files. And we started going into everything, and it's just like, I was like, I think the whole system's corrupt,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And it's like, that's it, bro. It it was so egregiously obvious in 2025. They made a freaking P Diddy documentary
Yeah.
that was so popular. You know what I mean? It's like it's so out there now that it's like even the suburban families are talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like them ask, like never ask me about it. I'm sure they see the stuff. They're like, this guy's into some weird stuff. And then the news starts talking about it. They're like, oh wait, he's onto something. Okay, what
Mm-hmm.
do you know? You know?
Right.
So it's
Right.
like, okay, now it's in suburban culture,
Mm-hmm.
right? And and that's what like Area 52, American Alchemy, they all said. It's like the whole purpose of this is like just normalize it. If you can talk about it at the dinner table, like that shifts the needle tremendously,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And it's like I think in 2026, it's like the year we lock in. It's the year you decide what kind of person you want to be. And and I know that a lot of people are like, this sounds too grandiose. That's crazy. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, no, you know the old way didn't work. You know the old way was Epstein. The old way
Mm-hmm.
was hiding UFO files. The old way was P Diddy. Do we really go back to that, or do we change who we are?
Right.
And that is made by everyday decisions. I think
Mm-hmm.
this is the battle in 2026. It's not like an actual battle, like it's a spiritual battle because you're like, oh, I have to go do this. But it's like, are you gonna buy that thing? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I used to love designer stuff. Like I was going through my old wallets because I was looking for a bank card, and like I was like, oh yeah, Bottega, um, Louis Vuitton, my wallet's a Kenzo wallet. Like these are all like really fashion forward brands, right? But then you've like in 2025, we found out about like the hustle, which is they're made in China, and then
Mm-hmm.
they just slap on the logo, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
wait a minute, I can just go to Pacific Mall right now and just buy a bunch of fake stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's from the same factory, bro.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. You just
Mm-hmm.
have to. The only difference is they just the reason why they call it American made or like whatever is they just sew on the patch. They send it back to the place and then they just sew on the legitimate patch. But
Mm-hmm.
everything else was made in China.
Right.
Okay, that's the hustle, right? So 2026 comes around. Do you really want to buy another one of those?
No.
See what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
No, but you know what I mean? That's the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
battle.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Right.
like when people are like, "Oh, spiritual battle," it's like, no, really, like it's an everyday decision battle because
Mm-hmm.
the one way you vote, I learned this in business school, which is like you vote with your dollars. You can vote at the
Yeah.
booths,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
whatever you choose to buy, that's really what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're either feeding a company or you're taking money away from the company.
Yeah.
And I think that that's where we're going to go in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? You think that's crazy? That's why I'm excited about 2026, but like
Sure.
maybe I'm
Yeah.
like out to lunch on that one.
Yeah.
You see
No.
where I'm
No.
coming from, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Right? 2025 was like, dude, this is how it works. We've all been hustled.
Mm-hmm.
Like even like the fashion thing came out in 2025. It was like all in TikToks and stuff. You're just like, what? The Hermes thing. Did you remember seeing that?
No. But I'm not
Okay,
really into
or
them anyway. So.
maybe it's not 2024. I don't know, whatever. But it all came out like all this hustle,
Sure.
and it's just like, do you want to keep being hustled? And then in the UAP lore, even Area 52, he brought it up. He's like, I have so many things. He ended the podcast. He's like, I have so many things planned for 2026, and we got to move fast because the aliens have a specific date for 2027. Like in the UAP space, like everyone keeps talking 2027, 2027, 2027, right? It's going to be a change. It's going to be a big change of the year. And I think the reason why it's going to be a big change is because that's where the dust settles. I think 2025 is like, here's the baseline. 2026 is like, okay, do we accept the baseline? If they don't kick out Trump in 2026, okay, that's great. America's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If there's no revolt based off of him being in the Epstein files, being tied to all these people, okay, we're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2027 will show that we're crazy. Or
Right.
we're going to be like, bro, 2026, we got to get him out. This is crazy. And 2027 is a new world. What do you think? That's my prediction.
Well, the midterms will happen in November of 2026. So to be able to try to kick him out will probably happen in 2027.
Okay, so maybe that's the pivotal moment. Maybe that's when they're like, okay, kick him out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's like the icing on the cake for 2027.
Yeah, it'll be tough, but yeah, we can see.
Because I'm seeing a lot of people that supported him being like, damn, he's in the files.
Oh yeah, that's what a lot of the contradiction of now that they realize that he's in these files. He is corrupt, right? So
He's been hustled.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I think Alex Jones made this like joke. It's not recent, but like he made this joke of like, so what if he just a couple kids, whatever, it's fine. And you're like, bro, what?
I thought he was against all these things.
But that's what I'm saying. The cognitive dissonance. That's the war in your mind, bro. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, here's the field. Here's the field. What do you want to do with it? I saw Joe Rogan, Tom Segura, their most recent podcast. I didn't watch it yet, but like I've seen clips of it. But they're just like, oh, he's crazy. He's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
His 22. Like he even what do he do with the names? Like he put all the names and stuff.
Oh, the
Like,
plaques.
Like
Yeah.
Trump Kennedy Center.
Yeah. Oh, not just that. Yeah, the plaques on the outside of the White House. Oh no, I can hear you. You're fine. Oh no, you froze too.
Let me know you're back. Ish.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep. There you go.
Weird.
Oh no.
All right, can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yeah. We're
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. What was the last thing I just said?
Trump and the Epstein file, MAGA leaving.
Did I talk about Sean Ryan? Everyone. I talked about Alex Jones.
Alex Jones, yeah.
All
That's
right,
what we're
cool,
talking
cool.
about.
All right, all right. And we're back. There's been a crazy bunch of internet issues. It's so funny. We like rely on the internet so much, eh? For like everyday things like streaming. This I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't even play the game. I like, bought a game on Boxing Day, and I was like trying to play it, and it's like you need to update the software before playing this game. I was like, oh my god! So I need the internet,
Yeah.
even though I had the hard game.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyways, so going back to it. Yeah, like I think that like with Joe Rogan and Tom Segura and them being like, yo, he's crazy. Like you saw what he did with the signs. He's like the uh, Trump Center, Trump Kennedy Center or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, that one. I heard about that one. And all the plaques outside of the White
The
House.
plaques, the plaques,
Yeah.
bro. You know what I mean? How much more egregious does it have to be before you're like, yo, let's stop this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could see, what was that? Vietnam War. Remember they had the protests in the Vietnam War?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I could see something like that happening in 2026. Like
Mm-hmm.
Trump will be like, "We're gonna go into this country," and then it was like, "Bro, no, we're not." Like with the Venezuela thing, bro, no, we're not. No, we're not.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were even talking about this. It's um, like in that conversation with the UAPs, it was like they're going to Venezuela talking about how they're trying to stop the drugs going to America, right?
Right.
It's like narco terrorism,
Mm-hmm.
right? And my question is like, well, why are you guys so addicted to drugs? If you put fentanyl in front of me, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, fentanyl, let me take it. I'm gonna be like, ooh, I hear a lot of bad things about that thing. I will not be taking it.
Right.
See what I mean? So it's like, I think the bigger question is, why is everyone obsessed with drugs?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know?
True. Yeah.
It's like,
Good question.
if there
Yeah.
was no market, if there was no market for these drugs, you wouldn't have to stop the drugs from coming into America.
Yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
like pretty obvious, right? And then like even Sean Ryan's talking about like, oh, China's sending all these like fentanyl pills into like America. Okay, just don't take the pill then, bro. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they're putting the pill inside every single pharmaceutical. Like I'm not going to the pharmacy and being like, can I have like Advil? And then I take an Advil and it's, oh no, there's fentanyl in the Advil. You know what I mean? It's like it's not like that. It's
No.
like lacing other drugs with fentanyl.
Mm-hmm.
So then why are you getting sketchy drugs off of the why don't you legalize all drugs so that you don't have this problem? So it's heavily regulated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I go to the weed store, I'm like not afraid. I'm like, yeah, everything has been checked, right? I'm not
Mm-hmm.
buying this from like the sketchy drug dealer that's like in somebody's basement.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? They're like, oh, like there's so many stories of like, oh, the weed was laced with like angel dust or like
Mm-hmm.
PCB, and you're
Mm-hmm.
like, oh
Mm-hmm.
my god. But it's like that's never gonna happen in a heavily regulated system, bro. I'm
Right.
confused.
Mm-hmm.
You know? All right. Speaking of heavy regulation, I have a question for you. And I was like thinking about this. I'm like, I want to see what you think. Um, if they release 0 point energy, naturally you're going to need more controls because there's a lot of crazy people out there, right?
Okay.
You have to increase surveillance to make sure people aren't going nuts. Like if you have flying cars, you can't just be like, bro, fly
Mm-hmm.
this flying car into a building. You know what I mean? So like, would you be in favor of more controls if they released 0 point energy?
I mean, I agree with regulation, if that's the word
Same.
you're
Same.
using.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah, I think everyone's afraid of like totalitarian like evil government systems.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, but we could just like protest against that or like just don't vote for that person. You know what I mean? Like, I think everyone's afraid of like, oh, what if like a Putin or like a Xi Jinping takes over? You're like, okay, well, we know that that can happen. Let's just make sure that that doesn't happen. But like, I'm cool with regulation too, bro.
Yeah.
I just saw in Australia, like that. It was just on social media. There was like a random stabbing. This like lady ran up and stabbed an Asian girl in the chest and like ran away. And I'm like, bro,
Mm-hmm.
we should have probably regulated that. You know what I mean? Like what kind of freedom are you talking about? The freedom to kill another person? I'm confused.
Hmm.
You know, because Andrew Bustamante said this. He's like, when people talk about privacy, it's like the CIA doesn't care about like an affair you're having, or like that you like faked that you
Sure. Yeah.
paid
Yeah.
less
Yeah. Yeah.
taxes this year. They care about like terrorism, bro.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh my god, they have my metadata. I'm like, do you know what metadata is? It's an aggregate of everyone's data.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not your individual data, bro.
No.
So it's like, are you just confused? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
What do you think? This is like stupid. You're like, bro, that's like why are you in favor of a police state? It's like, not really, but I think you're just understanding incorrectly.
Of the police state or the.
No, I don't think that there's a police state. I don't think you will hit a police state. I think it's like I think the fear is like it'll be a police state, but it's like no, I think it'll just be more regulation, which could be a good thing.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with having the regulation. It's then who, if someone in power can misuse it. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have Trump in office,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, dude, look what he's doing.
Hmm.
But it's like, okay, your biggest fear came true.
Hmm.
Your like it's like oh, we're so afraid of regulation because what if somebody like Trump gets in office? Well, surprise, he came into office.
But the thing is,
So
wait, who is against the regulation? I would say more on the Trump side.
no regular people. I think just oh, maybe actually, yeah.
I don't think
No, yeah,
regular
you're right.
people are against.
That's right, bro. It is Trump because I'm thinking about. I'm like, yeah, Joe Rogan's against regulation. Sean Ryan. These are all like righties.
Yeah.
They want their like gun amendments, and I'm like, what?
Exactly.
They're confused.
I don't think the left. They would want regulation.
Yeah.
So.
Like I'm driving on the highway, right?
Hmm.
And there's somebody that like, you know when like they drive so fast and they like stop right behind your car and they're trying to pressure you to keep moving forward and you don't do it, so then they just like go around you and they're like just driving erratically.
Yeah.
Bro, that guy should probably get some demerits. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, slow that car down.
Hmm.
Like, I'd feel safer, bro. You know, like, well, I want my freedom to do that. I'm like, you're being a dick to me who's trying to drive,
Well,
bro.
technically, you can't do that. That is dangerous driving. If you're tailgating like
But
that.
right, but that's what I mean. That's what I
Hmm.
mean. It's like, but you want less surveillance so you can tailgate? Like, you want less surveillance so you can break the laws?
Hmm.
I'm confused. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think structure is not a bad thing. You know? I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
so against that for so long. Just like, oh, I want to be free. I don't want to work. Blah blah in a regular job. And then I'm like, oh, actually, a regular job's pretty nice, bro. Like, if you can carve it out the way you want and not like hate your job, you know,
Hmm.
it's actually really nice. Like, I don't have to worry about like when my next paycheck's coming in because I know it's coming in. You know, or
Yeah.
like benefits. It's like I don't gotta worry about that. Just
Hmm.
like yeah, just send it to the benefit person.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's pros to structure.
Hmm.
But I feel like it's only the dummies that don't realize that freedom isn't as nice as it's not freedom. It's like less regulation is as good as it sounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like they don't realize how much regulation has a positive impact on their everyday
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, like you guys are
Like
crazy.
it's even as simple. Like you don't think about it. Like just turning on your car. It's all part of regulation. Like how do you know the 50th time your car is going to turn on and not explode?
True. That's
This is
true.
regulation.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we take it for granted.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny though, like or one thing I was saying earlier in the podcast that like I was having a conversation with ChatGPT about like, you know, my way of life and stuff, philosophies and stuff. And it was like refining it. And one thing that it said, I was like, oh, this is a great way to put it. He's like, you were focused on the side quest before finding the main quest.
Hmm.
Whereas other people look at the main quest and they forget about the side quest. Right? So like what that is like if you actually look at my history, it's the most random stuff. Like, but like skills, like okay, like martial arts. I was so dedicated to that, right? And then I became a yogi, and then traveled the world, right? Like those are things that you do as side quests before like most people do them as side quests after getting like the main quest, which is like a 9 to 5 job, right? Like stability, basically, right? But like I did it the other way around, and it's so funny because like having done it the other way around, like I know people in that world of like the vagabond world, and then I
Mm-hmm.
know people now in the structured world, and I'm like, it's really not that bad, guys. Like I understand you vagabonds that like, but you got to figure out which structured world you want to enter,
Sure.
you know? Because I still know those people that are hardcore. Like I never want to. That's slavery. To be in a job is slavery. And you're like, no, being extremely poor is slavery. You know what I mean? Like, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
like you don't realize the benefits of regulation.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like a salary is regulation, bro. Like, no, I get a holiday. I get
Yeah.
paid for my holiday.
It's part of that too. Like you are getting paid. Doesn't it's not like you can't get you're like you just because you did the work and you're like in 2 weeks you'll get the pay. If you don't get the pay, this is part of
That's a
regulation.
problem.
It's a problem.
Thank you. Bro, how many clients of mine have just ghosted me on money? There's no regulation.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it. You're just like, oh my God, another one.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I hated it. It was like, it just felt like pulling teeth. I was like, why can't
Right.
I just, why can't I just like have the work given to me and then I would just do the work and then I don't have to worry about collecting money, remitting my taxes, do all this stuff. Like, why do I have to, yeah, it's called a job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, just do the work and we'll do everything else for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, oh, really? Then all you have to ask yourself is, what kind of work do you want to do?
Yeah.
And that's it. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like, bro, come on. If I wasn't working before, I wasn't getting paid. But now it's like, oh, I have a holiday. I have a sick day. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sometimes you just call in sick and you're just like, I'm gonna go climb this day. Couldn't do
True.
that before. You'd be like, oh, I gotta to friggin' work on this client project or I'm not
Mm-hmm.
getting paid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's like regulation's better, bro. Convenience. I'd trade convenience for more regulation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, our final thing. What? How? I guess we've been at this for a long time because of all the like Wi-Fi
Yeah,
issues.
yeah, yeah.
But actually, before we get into that, I want to hear what you think about 2026. Like, do you agree with me? Like, 2025 was crazy. 2026, we're gonna like fight this internal battle. In 2027, we're gonna see where the dust settles. That's my view. Or like, I don't know. What are you thinking? Is it all just the same old same? We're just doing like stupid human things.
No, I think that we'll have to starting to see a shift. Well, I'm talking about specifically about the U.S. where they head, and I think that the midterms will probably show you which direction people want. But that's going to come near the end of 2026. But the campaigns start earlier than that, right? The voting is around November, I think, for like those sort of things.
So, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, finish.
And then I don't know when even a presidential person starts their campaign. Could be next year, but I don't know.
Okay, so do you think Dave Chappelle was right? You just have to wait him out.
Uh, in a way, yeah. I don't know if they're going to be able to also kick him out by 2027 because you'd have to win both the House and the Senate in order to do
But
that.
a lot can be done in that time.
After 2026, he'll have a lot of bottlenecks if
Okay.
Congress becomes Democratic.
Okay.
Then he'll be having
Okay.
a hard time getting things done.
So like the Venezuela strike, the Christmas Day Africa strike.
He's going to do everything that he can since he has the power
Now.
now.
So you think nothing will come? This is a really good question, actually. Do you think anything will come of these Epstein file releases?
Uh,
Like, will there be a
I
shift, or do you
think
think they'll just get away with it? It'll just be like a blemish. You're like, ooh, that's crazy, but whatever.
I'm not
Or you think
sure.
they'd be like, oh,
Yeah,
we need to stop this?
and I don't even think they've released everything either. So we're like, what are they hiding? Maybe it'll come out once if Congress has power. Like, I don't know. Like, again, like how much they can redact. If Congress wins, can they push for more information to be unredacted to find out more? Right.
Okay. Okay.
But I don't know like how that works.
But like, let's say it all gets released and you see he's like crazy in there.
Hmm.
Would would there be change? Yes or no? Do you think, or you think they'll just like take it on the chin? America. They're just like, oh, that was tough, but
Not.
whatever.
I'd hope that there's change.
But what is your gut telling you?
There's a there's an internal war happening in America. I don't know. I because there's, especially like what JD Vance is saying. I don't know how much convincing he's doing or not. Right. It depends on the MAGA stuff. Because 50% of the people voted for this guy.
Yeah. Okay, okay. I heard this recently, which is like there is a civil war in America happening right now, but it's a culture war. It's not like a hot war. It's like
No, no, no.
it's
Yeah.
a war of ideologies.
Hmm.
And I'm like, oh, that makes sense to me.
Within
Yeah,
the, I
like
think within the conservative movement, it's happening. Because especially with the Epstein stuff. Because there are normal Republicans that are not, that are against these sort of things, right?
yeah.
But they voted him because he's just a Republican. Does that shift? How much does that shift in the
Yeah.
next
Like
midterms and so forth?
did you see I haven't finished it yet, but Hunter Biden was on the Sean Ryan show?
I saw clips of that. Yeah.
Yeah, Sean Ryan's like a huge proponent of Trump before. And he's just like talking about it, just like, I honestly don't even know anymore. Like, what's going on? Like, is the whole political system messed up? And
Hmm.
I'm like, you said the quiet part out loud, Sean Ryan. You know, it's like, bro, it is crazy.
Yeah, yeah, I saw like it was an interesting clip with Hunter Biden because they attacked Biden or well after that, what's his name? George Clooney wrote that op-ed. That's what changed
Oh,
everything for Biden during that election.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what
they
he
talk about
was.
that?
Yeah, he mentioned that. It's like, where are they now? Like they're not saying anything.
True. True.
They did
Because
it,
it's
and
worse.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, yeah, we'll see. I Yeah, I'm with you actually. My gut's telling me I don't know,
because
but
that the
I hope something does.
TPUSA, yeah, the TPUSA thing happened recently.
What was that?
Those are big crowds. That's where JD Vance was speaking. That those things.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
it's like Turning Point USA. It's what Charlie Kirk used to do, or did.
Oh, oh wow.
These are like
Okay.
conventions.
Do you think it's a little weird that his wife is like soaking up the celebrityism?
Uh, yeah, there's some weirdness around it. Sure.
Yeah, and then she was like in Trump's pageant before. It's like weird.
Yeah, that I know about, but Charlie Kirk was a big big follower for Trump, anyways. So,
I know, but it's like it's a little too weird, bro.
but you got to
You
think
know,
like
like
this. Trump has been doing this for a long time. Like, how he started his campaign by saying Obama's not American. That's what he started off
like
with.
like a disinfo campaign artist.
Yeah, like where's his birth certificate? Where's his birth certificate? Like,
You know what it? You know what it
that's where it
is.
started.
You know what it is. Statistically speaking, like we talked about so many times, like brought it up before, is the most mind blowing fact. 60% of Americans have a sixth grade reading level. Okay, and if your president was a TV celebrity, we were even talking about we were watching The Office, right? And in the first episode, he mentions Trump, or second episode, he's like, "Yeah, you know, got to be like Trump. Like you're fired." Like he was such a cultural icon in
Yeah,
America.
yeah.
but he wasn't here because we didn't like watch The Apprentice and stuff. But he was such a cultural icon. It's like he knows how to play this game. Like
Hmm.
your country is literally run by a reality TV star who's had multiple sexual allegations posed against him. He's in the Epstein files. He's acting erratic with like the plaques, the the tariffs, the renaming things. You know what I mean? It's just like, bro, that's your country.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
that's your country.
Mhm.
You can't even like if Mark Carney was doing this, we'd be like, bro, this guy's nuts.
Harder to do it here though.
You know?
But yeah.
But you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
if
yeah.
we I would probably be looking to leave if we elected a reality TV star. I'd be like,
Mm.
that's weird. That's this country's going down. You know, like logically speaking, I'm just saying it's
Sure.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but having most of your country be at a sixth grade reading level, it's like, okay, that makes sense actually, because like
Hmm.
maybe you guys are just like wowed by the spectacle of it all. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, final thing. Did you look into the pyramids? The pillars of the pyramids? I sent it to you. I don't know if you saw it yet, but I sent it to you last night because the guy just dropped it last night. I was like, oh, that's crazy.
But is that a new thing or
The
is that? I thought it was the old thing.
It's a new thing. No, no. So, four independent defense contractors scanned it as well, and they confirmed with the findings. He posted like when I posted it, it was like 8 hours. So it was sometime during the day yesterday that like they four independent contractors who work with the government verified this scan that they had. They're like, yeah,
Hmm.
we see it too. So like, now what do you do? Going back to it about like, is it NHI? Is it like, are we aliens and stuff? Dude, the smoking gun for me is like, you cannot explain those pillars with conventional means. Because like, even if we accepted like, okay, yeah, they just figured out a way to cut the pyramid, and then they moved it with unconventional means. We're not saying telepathy, like they just pulleys. You know what I mean? Like there's a way when you see the pyramids, like having seen the pyramids myself in person, I'm like, I could see how this was human made. Like people say a lot of crazy things, but when you see them in person, you're like, they're just blocks, bro. Like, yeah, they're magnificent, but I'm not like I wouldn't be like Angkor Wat to me is crazier because it's so detailed and it's like a giant palace, right? But like the pyramids are like they're crazy, but they're not insane.
Hmm.
But if you have like I think it's 2 miles into the ground, four 2 mile pillars that go into the ground and then they connect to like a shaft at the very bottom, it's like okay, that I don't know how you conventionally explain that one, bro.
Right.
I think that's gonna rewrite. I like that's another one that like happened 2025 and like 2026. It's like it really looks like there was an advanced species before us.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll wait for
What do you
the.
think?
We'll wait for it. Like, yeah, it'll change. Science will change those sort of things if it's all true, right? So these are. I don't know if they're peer
That's
reviewed or anything like
four.
that, right? Well, you can have scans that
Okay,
are done, but I don't know. It depends on the.
no, no, no. But it's not about peer review anymore. No, no. Now what they're saying is let's go down there. They're like it doesn't matter. Like yeah, okay, sure, peer reviewed scans. What we're saying is like there's
No, no,
four
no, no.
independent
Because
companies. Okay.
sometimes it comes down to. I don't know where I saw this, but because the scans were done before, and it's a
Yep.
matter of interpretation of the scans,
Right. 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 No. 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 Totally. Totally. That was
right?
about the first scan. But having four independent companies that work with the contractors, well, with defense contractors, saying yes, there's something there. That is all you need to be like, okay, let's just dig. So that's the new thing. It's like it's not like we're not scanning anymore. We're like we're going down there.
No, no, I don't, I don't, I
See what
don't,
I
I
mean?
don't, I don't disagree with going down there. They'd probably have a hard
Yeah,
time
yeah, yeah.
to get that done, but
That's the next step. So
yeah.
like what they're talking about is they're like you have five firms now saying that there's something there. So now they need like what do you call that like allowance or like permission. They need permission to
But
like
why
do
were
it.
defense contractors doing this?
Oh, they're just hired. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Is there oil down there?
I actually don't know. Bro, could you imagine? There's oil.
I
No,
wonder
so
if
what?
there's oil down there. If they're
No,
really
it's not
into
oil.
this, like, why are they into digging and finding out? Like, the defense contractors. That's a bit.
True, I don't know. That
I
is kind of
like.
weird,
It
eh?
sounds like oil, maybe.
It is kind of weird, yeah, yeah. Because like, why did you choose a defense contractor?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Why not other
No, but
peer-reviewed science to do this? This
that's
is.
true. Actually, I
Yeah,
didn't think about that. You're right. You're right.
sounds
Could
like
be a
oil,
hustle.
maybe.
You know? Okay, so what? If you look at like Christopher Dunn and these people that like have really analyzed the pyramids, what they're saying is that the pyramid. And we talked about this before. The pyramids were a nuclear, not nuclear. Sorry, pyramids were a power plant.
Hmm.
Okay, and this all lines up because what they're saying is that it's either like the four pillars that go into the ground, they're either tapping into an aquifer, like a water that's underground, that will spin these things and like it generates power for the pyramid,
Hmm. Hmm.
or it's tapping into uh, the the vibration of the earth. So like that's what's spinning it. So it's either water or like vibrational like plates or something that's like helping spin the earth. Okay, and us helping spin the turbines that are underneath, and like it generates power for the pyramids, right?
Hmm.
So what they're saying is like these really could be power plants because a
Hmm.
lot of people have been to like the pyramids, and I've seen it too. Like walking through the like, Tara and I literally went through the shaft and like went into the king's chamber that everyone talks about, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, it was for the king," and I'm like, it really does look like a power plant thing. Like it's not like why are they so small? Like to get to the king's chamber, it's like you have to crawl through this tunnel, but the tunnel is like very tiny. It's almost like what they were saying, which is like water goes through those tunnels,
Hmm.
you know? And then the main chamber is like just a giant empty square, and it's like that actually it's not a chamber, it's just like could we be looking at a power plant and we're just calling it something else?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a
Hmm.
nuclear power plant. You're just like, oh, they buried the king here. It's like, no, that's where the plutonium went, actually. And then
Hmm.
we just turned it on and the steam actually, you know what I mean? It kind of feels like that because there's no like reverence inside the pyramid. They're so basic. That's why when I saw them, I'm like, it's not that impressive,
Hmm. Right.
you know? So, like, that could be crazy. We
Hmm.
could just fully rewrite history because then what do you say?
True. Yeah.
You know? And one other thing that they're saying too is like they found evidence of humans in North America like 300,000 years ago when we weren't supposed to be here.
Hmm.
So you're like, so which pushed back the date of when they thought humans were walking around this earth. So it's like if that's true, then like, or was there a seafaring? Like, was there like a
Could have been.
globe-trotting
Yeah. We don't
civilization
know.
before? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you know, like bones and stuff, they don't. I'm pretty sure they disintegrate, right?
I mean, I don't know. It
Unless
does
unless they're unless they're
because like
caught in something like
I don't know if
fossilization.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like with the dinosaur bones, right?
But like human bones, like let's say,
I would consider them
if
as
I
the
left,
same, right?
no, like let's say a bird dies outside,
Yeah.
right? Are you going to? Is that bird's bones going to fossilize, or is Earth going to take it over? Like how come I can't dig and just find bird bones everywhere? How come I can't find like raccoon bones everywhere? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like the Earth kind of like takes it back.
Hmm. Maybe
Unless it gets
I don't
fossilized
know how
somehow.
it works. Yeah, but how does it fossilize? I guess. What is that
I think they
process?
get trapped. They get trapped in some sort of like resin or something, or like oil, or like I don't know, something where it's like it solidifies around it, so it can't disintegrate.
Hmm.
I think so, cause or else why wouldn't you see bones everywhere, bro? If bones don't decompose, like there should be bones everywhere. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if that's true, then like could there have been other races that have walked this earth as well,
Could have been.
and like
Yeah. Could have been.
we just lost the bones.
Yeah, depending on like how what they do with the dead, right? If people burn the dead, then it's just ash, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
And like the other thing too is those Nazca mummies that I talked about that
Mm-hmm.
everyone's talking about, the tridactyl beings, like three fingers and
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
They were trapped in a cave. That's why they found it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like they were walking. They're like, "Oh, dude, there's something here." No, they were like excavating a cave, and they're like, "Oh, we just found these three beings."
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we know about like the hobbit-like creatures in Indonesia. People have talked about them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like, and China's very closed, but on Google Maps you could see that there were pyramids all over China. So it's like, was was like the were the pyramids a is it true what they say, and like the obelisks were a way to capture energy from the pyramids, and the type of energy we're talking about is Nikola Tesla's energy, which is like non-wired energy,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Nikola Tesla believed like you can just like power things without wires.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like maybe he just rediscovered an old science, and that's how we used to like run the earth,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what happened to those people?
Yeah, I was about to ask, yeah.
Right? But maybe a global cataclysm was set to happen and they're under the water.
Mm-hmm.
And these ARV and these like UAPs are
But
them.
then I get that, but why didn't they come back out after?
It have you ever seen that movie? No, there's actually a bunch of movies like this. Silo was like that too.
Mm-hmm.
They went underground, they're too afraid to come out. Or like some people came out.
Yeah, but you're sending out. You can send out drones and see how it is outside, right? Because it takes a long time for Earth to recover in order to bring up the
True. Yeah,
new
you're right.
humans, right? They can see that this is happening if they have all this technology.
Yeah, right. Like why didn't they just repopulate the Earth?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's a good question. Or maybe they left. Or maybe they're just like, here's a outpost that we'll leave in the water, and then we'll go like explore the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they're coming back, and that's what. Maybe like we signaled them with like the nuclear bomb explosion, and they're like, oh, dude, they figured it out. So they're like coming back and checking up on us.
Maybe.
These are all stories now, but I'm just saying it's like now anything's on the freaking table, bro. Like you can't explain those 2 mile deep like
Mm-hmm.
cylinders through conventional means.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Any final things? You think that's crazy?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that were changing. I even heard like that we probably discovered fire. Was it 300 or 400, 500,000 years before we originally thought?
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't like. I
Dang.
saw some clip on that, but I don't know if that's real. But yeah.
Okay, so but you know what I mean? It's like 2025, bro. Lay of the land. Oh, the system's corrupt. Oh, it seems like there's like stuff that came before us. It's like 2026. I feel like we're gonna be asking ourselves the deeper questions here, which is like, does anyone know what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Why does it seem like this game's been? You know what I mean? Like, if they've confirmed independently that there are pillars underneath the pyramid. Okay, cool. And like now they want to go dig. Okay, cool. But what does that mean for humanity, bro? Like, who made that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we definitely didn't make that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, okay, what does that mean? What happened to that civilization? What do you know that you're not telling us?
Yeah.
Why are there UAPs in the sky? You know what I mean? Like,
Sure. Yeah.
Epstein files. Like, bro, you know? That was 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2026, we'll see what happens
Yep.
through individual choices.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
No, we'll see. Better future.
Yeah, yeah, bro. That's what it is. I think that's what it is. Final thing. One thing that they were saying is Ben something on Joe Rogan's podcast. There's a scan. So independently, Billy Carson said this, that in the ancient text that there is going to be an external force that comes to attack Earth in the ancient text. And if we can somehow figure out how to tap into the technology that was buried underneath the pyramids, we can easily destroy them. Okay? That's what Billy Carson said. Now go listen to Joe Rogan and with the Ben V, I forgot his last name, but he said that the scans seem like there's a giant metallic tic tac underneath the pyramid as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like, is that real? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are we fulfilling our prophecy?
Right.
Yeah. Just something to think about as we enter into the
Sure.
new year, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Till next year, Vish. Yeah. Live long.
Well,
and
yeah, it'll be
prosper.
next year. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be next year. All right. Yeah. Happy New Year, Vish. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Hope you enjoyed that episode. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all those fun things, and check out our sponsors: Zenro Clothing Co., Portian Bakery, and Podbean. Take it easy, Vish.
Peace.